Alright, what is up everybody? So, um, every time I think I'm done, it just drags me back in. So, the quest to find the best Tennokai weapon continues. And this is a weapon that I wanted to like, but was very underwhelmed with when it first came out, which is the Tenet Exec. So this is one of those weapons that you get from the Railjack currency, corrupted hollow keys, I think they're called, and you trade those in to one of the factions, the parent sequence, and you can get these Tenet weapons. Now they're like a little annoying to farm because it's not 100% drop chance and blah blah blah. I'll let you, it's you do have to do Railjack, which I personally don't mind, but a lot of people don't like. But why this weapon? So it's going to be a pretty standard build, same build I've been using for most of my other weapons that I've done these Tennokai videos with. So why this weapon? So if we look at the stats for this, which let me just get the base stats going here. So if we look at the base stats for this weapon, that's a lot of crit chance. That is a very high crit chance weapon, and a very high crit damage multiplier. The unfortunate thing is this weapon is not heavily slash weighted, so I didn't use it before because it wasn't heavy slash, and in the past, heavy attack builds have obviously changed tremendously with Tennokai. Um, so the best you could do before was doing like a normal, like probably this build. Oh no, it's not. But doing like a corrupted. So using like corrupt charge and sacrificial steel and primed pressure point and like the normal heavy attack stuff. Like a 2x combo heavy attack build and put like corrosive on it, put primed fever strike and just try to do a bunch of direct damage. And it just didn't scale. Like the scaling wasn't there. It used to be a lot, more annoying to use a slow weapon like this and have to prime. Now priming is super easy because of your pet. Your pets can actually prime for you really efficiently. So you can definitely use condition overload. And on top of that, we can have we can have damage scaling from electricity. So there's a couple options here. So one thing is this is a relatively slow weapon. So for anybody who doesn't know, attack speed on weapons is kind of a lie. Um, so just because a weapon has like a given attack speed, it doesn't mean that's how fast it's attacking. So let me explain that. So every weapon has stances, and every stance's attack has a time it takes to execute that animation. Attack speed is just saying relative to the standard time it takes to complete that animation, how long does it take this particular weapon to complete that animation? So you could have two weapons that are both 1.5 attack speed, but they're actually attacking at different rates because they're using different stances. So the heavy weapons, like the two-handed swords, like some of their attacks are pretty slow. Like I have primed fury on this, and it's still not like a super fast weapon. So that's why for now, oops, that's my wisp build. For now, I'm using primed fury. So there are some options here. I personally have been liking Discipline's Merit on this weapon because I find it more consistent for getting Tennokai. And you also don't really care about the range all that much. And I think because of the rate at which this weapon attacks, I think Discipline's Merit is a little more consistent than Dreamer's Wrath. You can try it out, try whatever you want and um, pick whatever feels good for you. Because it's a little slow, I personally really like Primed Fury, And honestly, like even like adding on some kind of frame attack speed boost, like I was trying out Gauss, Wisp, Volt, one of those or Valkyrie. Actually, I was playing this a lot with on stream. So I did a Steel Path mission with this build for like an hour, and had absolutely zero trouble just killing everything. And I mean, I rarely ever do Steel Path for any amount of time. More, especially more than like an hour or so. So now, if you're okay with lower attack speed, and if you're using a frame with like really crazy attack speed boosts like Gauss, you could definitely switch this out for a primed mod, especially for Grenier, because this weapon doesn't have any armor strip. My particular weapon has radiation on it, which I don't really mind, and because it doesn't combine with the electricity, because this was like the innate Tenet weapon bonus. I kind of wish this was corrosive, or you can't have that. So magnetic would be pretty cool too, but I think radiation is fine. So now the unique trait for this weapon. This is kind of the whole point. So slam attacks release a line of explosions. Heavy slam attacks release a cone of explosions. So now the interesting thing is heavy slams obviously benefit from your combo counter. And you can get some absolutely insane amounts of huge electricity procs on enemies with your heavy slams. So, the strategy for this weapon is pretty simple. You want to build up your combo counter. You want to just get your Tennokai procs. Let me just get the combo counter going. I hope things don't die. Okay, they're gonna die. Okay, well. Okay, so now, alright, so that's just one dude. So let me summon in the rest of the guys, because they all died to the electric procs. Okie dokie. So let me get a Tennokai. Okay. So it goes pretty far, and those slam attacks can apply electric. And you're just kind of spreading the love all over the place. Now this is like, I actually probably wouldn't use this weapon on like an exterminate mission, like something where you like. Actually, exterminate is probably like a word, not a great use case, because you want an exterminate. You want to like kill the enemies in front of you and then move on. This weapon is kind of just about like constantly moving around and then vomiting out status procs all over the place. So, like for example, on Steel Path, when I was running that for a while, which let's go over there now. When you see like hallways just full of enemies and you do that slam attack and it just like just vomits status procs all over everything, that is when this weapon is at its best. So let me go to, so I'd actually say this is one of the rare weapons where it actually, in my experience, performed better in a mission than it did in the Simulacrum. So yeah. Alright, let's see here. So let's get into this. Start this off. Okay, so get my buffs up. Alright, now this is a pretty nice mission for this weapon because there are these like, long corridors. So you, like I said, you want to just build up your combo counter, and then whenever you get your Tennokai, you want to jump, slam, and you're just going to be pooping status procs all over the place. So yeah, I mean, these are still, like, this literally feels like an Earth mission. Like, it's, like, these are Steel Path enemies. And, yeah, it just, it was like this for an hour in Steel Path last night. I actually wish the density was a little higher. Now, it is a little beholden to your melee influence procs. So if melee influence is down, man, where the hell are the enemies at? Oh, here we go. So if melee influence is down, then you probably are not. Oh my. See, that's what I'm like. Yeah. If melee influence. Oh no, I ran out of motes. If melee influence is down, then you're really not going to be doing much damage. If you need like a boost of direct damage, you can just do like a Where the hell are the enemies? You can just do like a normal heavy attack. And then the other cool thing about Rending Crane is the forward block combo has a slam attack, so which triggers the passive off of this weapon. So yeah, it's very very fun. I thought it was like now let's say you need like like I just died. Oh, now I'm gonna lose my combo. If you need like a burst of more direct damage, like against an acolyte or something, then you can just do like a normal heavy attack too. Yeah, so like everything kind of just melts. Like I was like one-shotting acolytes with this for like an hour. So I was playing Valkyr, so a little bit different. But yeah, so that's been my experience with this weapon. I thought it was like really, oh my god, like just that like when melee influence procs and you slam and everything just literally explodes. It is so freaking awesome. So yeah, like I said, it's a little RNG reliant because you need to get Tennokai procs, which is why I went with Discipline's Merit, because I found it more consistent. I wanted to mitigate the RNG. I also like I said, a little dependent on melee influence. That's where a lot of its damage is coming from, because you're hitting a ton of enemies with your slams, which is applying electricity, and then that is getting swapped to everything else. And it's like this multiplicative scaling, and to top it all off, electricity damages everything around it too. So basically anything caught in that cone of your slam, which is also getting knocked up in the air, which counts as another status, because heavy slams apply lifted, which it does count as a status for condition overload. So it's CCing enemies, doing a ton of multiplicative scaling AoE damage, and to top it off, it's just really fun. It looks freaking awesome to just be slamming the ground and blasting enemies in the air, and everything is just vaporizing. So that's been my experience with the Tenet Exec. I try it out. I hadn't used that weapon in 8. I'd actually completely forgotten it existed. So it was awesome to see that these new melee tools can make this weapon that was kind of irrelevant super fun again. So let me know if you enjoy this weapon. I think I have at least one more Tennokai video I want to make, and this one is like, this is probably, next one's probably gonna be the last one. I've said that a couple times already. It's probably gonna be the last one, but it is by far the spiciest Tennokai weapon I've tried. Like hilarious, like so fun. So I'll leave that for the next video. If you enjoyed, I've been trying to make more content lately. I've really been enjoying Warframe. So if you don't mind, liking, subscribing, all the YouTube stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. I think I do want to become a Warframe creator at some point, like officially with DE, so that would be pretty cool. So thanks everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time.